Hey guys, welcome back to Hellbent Reviews, and today we'll be unboxing the Ajazz AJ179 Apex edition. This is the packaging. Cool little graphic here. The sides, the back, the other side, the bottom, and the top. Here if you guys want to see the details on the back. But we'll just get straight into unboxing this. So there are two stickers here that we can remove. We're just gonna pull the top part off. There we go. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Here we do have your instruction manual and I believe some extra skates and grip tape. We do get a nice braided cable here. It's a very nice paracord texture. It's also very flexible and not too stiff. Pretty simple. It's just a USB-A to Type-C. And then we do have the mouse itself, packaged in this plastic wrapper. And I've ordered the black one. It does come in different color variants, such as white, blue, and orange, and obviously I have the black version. The white and the black are available in a budget form factor. However, this is the Apex, the top of the line that they offer, which features a PAW 3950. And we do have the dock here, the wireless charging dock. There is a screen here. You can see the highlighted box here, which you can feature some GIFs or some information of your mouse. Depends on what you want. And I believe that's all for the box. Let me just open in detail for you on what we get in the Ziploc bag. We do have the manual right here. Pretty lengthy one. And we do get black grip tapes, and here we do get some extra mouse skates. This is for the sensor, the sensor ring, and this is for the top and the bottom of the mouse. So we're just gonna go ahead and peel this sticker off, the mouse skates. There we go. So we have everything off now. So this is a ergonomic shaped mice. It does replicate the Lamzu Thorn, which if you've been watching my channel, I absolutely adore that mouse. And in terms of sensors as well as the overall specs, this is an upgrade. Here we do have a Bluetooth option and your 2.4 connection option, which is for the dongle. And then you have your power off switch. Here you can adjust your DPI, this button. Wow, actually it's really nice. Alright, so in this segment of the video, we're going to be talking about the software that Ajazz provide for their AJ179 Apex. So right off the gate, this is what we're greeted with. You get your combinations, your macros, your media key, and mouse. So you can remap anything you want. Then you have your other settings. So this is your key sensitivity, and you get to set your standby time. This is basically if you have your mouse stagnant in one place, it will just sleep and save battery life. So that's always good to have a programmable standby time. Then you have your Bluetooth standby time as well, which is something that you have the option to change whether you want your dongle connected, your 8K dongle connected right here, or you want to use Bluetooth. That's totally up to you, and you can set it however you want. Then you have your DPI section right here where you can set your DPIs. I just like to run on 800 or 1600 DPI. You can set this how much ever you want, like right here. You get 8 different options of DPI that you can manually set yourself and put it on your mouse, which is actually really good. You can reset as well real quick. And here's the parameters section. So this is your click latency basically, so it avoids double click. But I don't have any double click with my mouse, so I just keep mine on 1 millisecond. Here we have the roller simulation button shake. Then we have your button simulation roller shake elimination. Again, not too sure what this is. Here we have your polling rates. You have the option right here. Obviously, this mouse can go up to 8000 Hertz. So here we have the liftoff distance. I'm not too sure why they call it silent height. So low is 0.7, middle is 1 millimeter, and I believe tall is 2 millimeter. So yeah, that's up to you. Here is rectile linear correction. This is actually angle snapping. And here is ripple correction, which is basically for high sense player. Let's say you're holding an angle in a game and you have really high sensitivity or DPI. So sometimes you get some little ripples on your mouse cursor or your aim. It basically helps with that and stabilizes it. Here we have your macro. Here's your share tab where you can take different settings from different people, and your account obviously, and then you get your firmware updates, which I've already updated. So yeah, that's the software for the mouse. You do get a separate section right here for your dongle, which is right here on the bottom left. It's the USB. So it's called Apex, where you can control the screen. Obviously, you can just upload your pictures right here. It's pretty simple to use. You do have to trial and error some things, but overall for me it's pretty much simple. You can color whatever you want or write whatever you want on the screen, and you have the option to pick a picture or a file that you downloaded off the internet, which is pretty cool. I just like to keep mine like this. Then you get to add or remove some frames, and you get to copy previous frame and like paste it on something else. Let's say you get to undo or redo, and you can clear your current frame. So basically your frame is basically what's on the screen. That's what they call it. I'm not too sure why they have these weird names or weird labels for some of these features, but maybe it's because they direct translate Mandarin or Chinese into English. That could be a possibility. And then you have the option to delete your current frame. Right here you have your layers, then you have your frame delay, how fast you want your GIF to run, for example. Then you get to preview what you've made right here. You get to preview your GIF if you made a GIF right here. You have to press upload so that it uploads onto your dock. Same goes to save picture and animation. So that's pretty much the software. Nothing too crazy. You do have to get used to some of the labels that they put on. It has pretty weird names, but can't really blame them for language. Over here is just to show you that it does work with QMK.top right here. You can see it does work with QMK. You get pretty much the same features, the same thing. There's no delays in both of them actually. So yeah, that's pretty much it of the software segment. Overall I think it's fine. The only downside is the weird labeling they have on the softwares. Okay, so I used this mouse for about 2 weeks now, and I can tell you that it's a very, very good experience. Didn't feel that it was a very cheap or budget mouse. The price I got this for was 600,000 Indonesian rupiahs, and I'll put the conversion rates up here for you non-Indonesian viewers. I have to say that the sensor is actually fine. There was nothing wrong with it. It is running a PixArt 3950, which they overclocked it as well. They call it the 3950 Apex. It does have something that I like, which is the 0.7 millimeter liftoff distance, which I find it precise. Even with glass pads, I didn't feel any misreads on the sensor or anything like that. I think it's still precise. I know some people will be turned off a bit with the black PTFEs, but I think it's completely fine. I think it's smooth enough. And as you can see here, Like, I'm not sure if it could pick up on camera, but the curvatures on the mouse gates is pretty curved, so I don't feel anything like draggy. It's more of a control mouse gate, and that's totally fine with me. I think it's a very solid mouse. I don't have any creaking over here. I can press it as hard as I want. It doesn't flex, which is really nice, considering that most of people's worries are probably the QC. Structural integrity of this mouse is pretty much solid. There's nothing to worry about. As per the mouse clicks, it does have some slight pre-travel and post-travel, as you can see. I'm pressing it down, however, I'm not clicking on it. So this is me not clicking, and this is the click. There we go. So you do get a bit of pre-travel and post-travel, but it's nothing too severe. It's just a very minor inconvenience. It's nothing too big of a deal of. On the right click here, you do have some slight of pre-travel here, but not as much as the left click. In terms of the side buttons, it's positioned in a weird area. I did have the Lamzu Thorn before, and this is sort of a Lamzu Thorn clone, just slightly bit smaller. Because it's shorter, it does feel like the mouse buttons are a bit too backwards. If I were to design this, I would probably want my side buttons to be a bit forward, because how I hold the mouse is actually with some of my palm making contact with the back of the mouse and fingertipping the front tube. So yeah, this is how I mainly hold the mouse. That's why I do feel the mouse buttons are a bit too backwards. Yeah, it's a preference at the end of the day. The switches here are also very responsive. I didn't feel any delays. I do mainly play on 2K hertz polling rate, and it's been running stable. The battery doesn't really drain out too quick. Even the scroll wheel is very smooth. The indents are very minor, like they're very small indents. So you do get some resistance, but not as much as, let's say, a Superlight. I feel like the indents here are a bit more noticeable. It's much more tactile on the Superlight. So yeah, it's much smoother here. This is the dock. As you can see, it does say it's on 2.4 hertz mode. So I should just switch on this switch, the back of the mouse, to 2.4, just like that. So yeah, it's on. And then you do get a graphic here. It's fully customizable. You can put whatever you want. Over here at the bottom, you do get a button here, which lets you pick whatever RGB settings you want, just like this, by clicking on it. So I switched off my light here just to give you guys a better view of the RGB. So yeah, you do get RGB on the left and right of the dock, and you do get some rubber grips on the bottom, and I would say that it's pretty darn good. In terms of the dock, it does not move. If you just press it down, it won't move at all. Like right here, I'm putting some force to it. It doesn't move. It's actually pretty sticky on your table. It doesn't leave any residue. Let me just give you guys a look of this. Right here, I'm using my mouse and I'm docking it. You do get an LED here. Gives you some info whether it's fully charged or not. If it's fully charged, the red light won't be there anymore. Yeah, it does look nice and it does shine pretty bright. I have a light glaring on top of my setup right here, and it still can show you a pretty detailed image of my GIF. And in terms of coating on the mouse, it's more of a matte finish. It does pick up some oil. Even without the grip tapes, I didn't feel any problems with gripping it. It does come in a black, white, blue and orange variant as well, if I'm not mistaken. Even your dock will be matching the color of your mouse. This mouse doesn't have a tiny 1K USB dongle. It doesn't provide you with that. You only get your dock. So you either bring this around or use your Bluetooth. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the review. Overall, I think it's a really good mouse. If I were to rate this, I would probably give it a solid 9.5. Overall, it's a very good mouse. I think for the price that I got it for, it's a no-brainer deal. You should just go ahead and buy one actually. I'll only minus 0.5 points just because the software is not really the best. So yeah, that's the end of the video. I have nothing else to say about this mouse, and I do appreciate you guys watching my videos. Do consider to subscribe to my channel. It does help me a lot. And if you have any other questions, you can just leave them down in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them as fast as I can and as informative as I can. So yeah, once again, thank you for watching. I hope you guys stay safe, and yeah, peace out.